Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a beautiful day here at Sunny Knoll Stables. It's good to have you guys with us. Today's going to be a nice day. We're going to be feeding horses. We'll be putting out some of our third cutting hay today. Look at these bales. How good they look. Tell you what, if it wasn't for how we had to unload all these things, I do enjoy baling small square bales. It's not as quick as baling round bales. You can really cover a lot more acreage with the round, but it's nice. Everybody going right to their stalls. Man, I love that. Now for the flip side. Well, we got them all in. That is perfect. We're gonna head on out into the big field now. We gotta get 3 round bales put out for them. Definitely agree. That will stop Tucker from getting in there. We got to do some work on the gates, get them up and running and operational, but that's not needed for a little bit of time because we won't need to access this side of the barn, well, for a while. Smell like hay in here. Wow. We'll have to temporarily take the bale grabber off. I have more jobs for this, but I don't need it quite right now, so we're gonna put the bale spear on. It also looks like we had a volunteer bale say, me next, me next. Not you next, buddy. We're not ready for you yet. We'll stack that bale up. See there, it's falling again. All hydraulic pressure's off. That sets us up good for hooking this up in a hot minute. Now, let's get those bales out. We're turning out 3 of our highest moisture bales. I'm talking moisture in excess of 30%. I didn't even put those in the barn, that's why they were outside. These are bales that are basically end rows. The sun just was not there to help them out when it needed to be because of the tree line. The sun's no longer directly overhead. It's starting to go to our south. I mean, we're heading into winter. So third cutting, you do have a bit of a harder time getting that dry hay. I think we did pretty good considering. Grumpy. That's right, they're coming over. I have a feeling the horses are gonna go absolutely bananas over this stuff. The nutritional value of third cutting hay is just not there. There's not a lot to it. It's mostly fiber. But because it's a younger grass, it's got a sweeter taste to it. Something that they'll really appreciate. This is a good time of year to be giving it to them because warm, they're not burning a lot of energy. So we go through this usually in fall to early winter, and late spring into summer is when we'll use all of this kind of hay, third and second cutting, with our first cutting being primarily used for winter. No rain in the forecast for the next week, so we can use all of our outdoor feeders, keep the manure out of the barn. This bale, I kid you not, the only part that's wet on it is the core, which sucks because the core is the most important part to have dry. That's why I love that moisture tester. That thing was awesome, man. That ain't gonna last long. I think this one we're gonna have to get from the top. There we go. Hay's all out. Let's get this tractor on up to the farm next. Got to get ready for our grain delivery. Hey, moo-moo. We're taking this out. I just don't remember if this is cemented in the ground or just... Oh, good. That makes me happy. I like when something's easy. Ah, that was a bit of a bummer. You let me down there. Not gonna lie, you let me down a little bit. Let's try right up on it. I'll need a chain. I was hoping that'd come out nice and easy. Oh, they're back with tomatoes. Oh, those are peppers. Time to let out the horses. Neat thing that I'm kind of interested to see, I have worn baseball cap basically the entire life that these horses have been at our stable. I'm curious how they will treat me with the cowboy hat, because though I smell the same and though I have the same voice, they'll recognize I am the same person. On appearances alone, I do look different because of the hat. And some horses, you know, not born and raised at our stable, and depending on what happened to them, some of these horses may have been negatively treated at certain facilities. I have no idea or knowledge if that's true or not. But some horses like men more than women because they may have been mistreated by a man, vice versa. And if the individual that mistreated them wore a cowboy hat like this one, maybe same color, same look, whatever the case may be, I can have a horse that totally respected me and loved me be very scared of me at first until they realize that I'm not that person. So I don't think that's gonna happen, but it'd be interesting if it does. We'll see. I already, from turning in, the horses basically are all acting exactly the same. They don't really treat me any differently. So that's good. That's good. We'll take that. We're starting the day off with Tuck Tuck. Yeah, his days of getting in the hay feeder are over. I know. You have to eat hay with the rest of them. Interestingly enough, of all the horses that you'd think would be agile enough to get in there, Tucker doesn't come to your mind, and yet he's the only one, purely because he is driven by that large stomach of his to just keep it fed. Poor guy. Anywho, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rub some ointment on his back leg. You guys have seen us been giving him antibiotics. So this is for that. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. The swelling is insane. So he's on 22 antibiotics, pills for antibiotics a day. And he's also got this wrap on his leg. I don't know exactly what's causing it, but if him getting into the hay feeder is potentially a cause for it, at least we've taken that off the list and won't cause any further problems, because horses tend to do things that they shouldn't. Those dang donkeys. I think I'm gonna change my glove because this stuff is like prescription strength, so don't want to accidentally get that on some horse that shouldn't be having it. Well, let's get all of these horses from inside the barn. There we go. Our grain delivery is here. So now we got to get things all unloaded for that truck so he can be on his way. Beautiful. Have I mentioned how much I love our feed room? Because I love our feed room. This is awesome. Looks like this one will be all of our like odds and end grains. So on this one, it looks like we've got some Equine Senior, some hay stretcher, our Omega match, and it looks like we also have our strategy. So we got to make sure that we have everything checked as ordered. My pencil's broken. Man, that graphite's down in there. That'll do. First up, looks like we should be getting about 3 Purina Omega Match. And that's what we got. Good deal. I'll leave the tractor idling in case you're curious so that it keeps pumping hydraulic fluid into the cylinders, otherwise it'll leak. Next up is going to be our Purina strategy. Should be having 6 of that. And I see 6. Good deal. Next up, we've got our hay stretcher. This is for horses that have a hard time being able to get access to all the hay out in our pastures. So for this, we should have 12. Good deal. Okay, and last for this pallet, we should have Senior. We've got 13. Each stack is a row of 4, so 4, 8, 12 with 1 on the top. That puts us at 13. Bingo. That's it for this pallet. On our next pallet, we are going to be starting off with a special grain for Odin. It's called Purina Ultium Growth, and that is going to be 3. Supposed to be getting 3 of those. And that's what we got. We got 3. Now we're going to be going on to the Impact Performance. This is going to be one of our 2 main feeds. This one we should have 14. Oh, that's Impact Professional, right? Yep, okay. 14. Oh, the Amplify was messing with me. Okay, yeah, we got 14. The Amplify looks just like the Impact Professional Performance. Okay, so we got 14 of that. Check. And we also got 2 Amplify. Amplify is a fat supplement. We use that for horses that have a little bit of a hard time keeping weight on. Okay, all that leaves is the Ultium, which there should be 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Boom. We're good, guys. Now I just got to unload the whole thing. I also thought I'd share with you, as you no doubt have noticed, all of our grain is coming from Purina. Purina is a very reputable dealer when it comes to feed for horses. We had a nutritionist come down from Purina, kind of go over everything with our horses and kind of get all of our horses on the right track. Not that they weren't on the right track, but we've definitely noticed some small but meaningful improvements with switching over to Purina. Not to mention, with us using all Purina grain, we do get some significant discounts that we are able to receive, and we are then able to take those discounts and pass them on to our clients, keeping our board at a reasonable price, which everybody appreciates. Well, this one was apparently concreted in the ground. Ain't that something, huh? Just love it. Once we got grain done, I did some personal things. Got some like odds and ends done on all different things. So to start, our horse trailer is now back up here at the horse stable, and that is going to be where it stays. Is there. It may move around in there, but it's going to be in there, in that area. And as you can see, with those poles gone, that frees that hole up and allows us to park more trailers here if needed. I got to clean up a little bit more. Those pallets right there got to go, and some other things like that. But we won't be parking implements here. It'll be pretty much trailers. We also got this trailer from around down back at the hay barn. Got this hooked back up. took our multi-lander trailer here and filled it up with what it was designed for. Firewood. There was a pile of old firewood that was sitting down there for 2 years or so. And you guys may or may not know or remember that we use wood to heat the downstairs and kind of supplement our heat for winter. So we're going to be getting ready to do a lot of firewood cutting and things like that for our personal use. And that has absolutely nothing to do with the farm and nothing to do with the horse stable. That being said, if that would be something that you guys would be interested in me filming, I'd be happy to film it for you. If that'd be something you guys would not like to see filmed, I'm fine not filming it. It's completely up to you. So if that is something you're interested in, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know. If I see an overwhelming number of comments saying that you guys would like to see it, we'll make a video about it. And if that does well, then maybe that'll be something that we include as well. It is part of our lives. It's just not necessarily part of the horses' lives. So now it is time to actually feed some horses because it's afternoon already. It's actually almost 4 o'clock. I know, kind of insane, right? So let's go feed some nenes. Yeah. You know, a lot of people got you. I was kind of surprised considering that we did not have you on screen for a long period of time. I guess you got a pretty noticeable and recognizable face, Danny. He's a cute horse, isn't he? Anyways, our mystery horse for today is this guy. So I'm gonna give you guys a little more, screen time than last time so that we can actually see who our mystery horse is. So I'll give you a look at him. I think a lot of you are probably getting this. There's a good look at him right there. He is on a special diet. You can see, look at his figure. Lean and cut. Yeah. And that would be crazy and good if, he was like an athletic horse, but he's retired and he doesn't do much. I could take this off of your face, buddy. There you go, there's his face. So if you guessed Declan, you got it right. That's who the mystery horse is. Good old Declan. So let's give you guys some information on Declan. Declan is a grade quarter horse, G-R-A-T-E. And what that basically means is he's a mutt. We don't really know what he mostly is made up of. He was picked up at auction, and now he has been with us ever since. Declan was born in the year 2002. That puts Declan at 23 years old. So if we take good care of him, then he should be able to last. Well, I mean, if you're competing with honey, that means you're gonna be here for, oh my word, another 10, 15 years. So that's crazy to think about, right? Yeah, so Declan is on some special grain. He had a unique thing that happened to him. His spine, right around here going into here, he started to be eaten away by his actual body. So we had to put him on a special diet that built up the area and specifically here to prevent that from happening. Worst case scenario was if we weren't able to treat that, his back end would get so weak he would need to be put down because he wouldn't be able to walk or control his hind. But he's doing great. He's doing very well. He's walking great. And with that special diet, we have basically kind of staved that off, and I actually think that he looks pretty good. We wish he had a little bit more body fat, specifically maybe here, but honestly, I think this is probably the best I have seen Declan look since he started to develop that disease. And I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the disease offhand, so you'll have to bear with me on that. But other than that, Declan has been an all-round show horse. He's done a lot. His owner loves him to death, and he has been loved every single day that he's here. Declan tends to hang out with Archer, his friend and stallmate, and Danny, his other friend and stallmate, right across from each other. So these three clients that we have are all best friends. They get along really well and they go on trail rides together, so the horses obviously are all together. And the horses also share the same pasture routine. He is turned out in big field day and night. Likewise with Archer, likewise with Danny. So there you go, some background on Declan. Now let's talk hay. So what did we end up doing for the year? How well did we do for this past hay season? I got all the totals in for everything, so let's take a look and see, and we can do a cross-reference. Well, let's kind of make this a little interesting. Let's put 2024 up on one side and 2025 up on the other side. So for 2024, we had a total amount of 294 round bales, and we only baled round bales. We did not do any small square bales or anything like that. Of that 294, we still have 32 round bales are left over. Now, granted, if we got not a single wet round bale from 2025, they'd be all gone by now. But because we had some wet bales, we had to feed those first, so we have 32 left over. Those are the wrapped bales, also known as marshmallows. Those are the ones that are outside. As for 2025, I'm happy to report we actually beat our number. Now, that includes if you were to convert these small square bales into round bales. One round bale, on average, is about 600 pounds, and they equate to about 23 small square bales. So you take 23 small square bales, get you a round bale. So that number does include these small square bales in it. We got 2 wagon loads of small square bales. I'm gonna say probably close to about 500 small square bales. We're going through 1 small square bale per day in our stable, which is actually kind of pretty good for 26 horses. That's right where you'd wanna be, you know? Interestingly enough, we actually kind of did the math, and if you're interested, I can show you the math. So right now we are going through, based on, you know, looking at everything that we're doing and whatnot, we're going through a little over 3/4 a round bale every single day, which we're looking at around, say your average round bale is between 600 and 650 pounds, because they do vary. So we're going through about 533 pounds of hay a day. It's kind of insane to think about it, but yeah, every single day, that's how much hay we're going through, about 533 pounds per day. But if you were to take that and break that down per horse, that means that each horse is eating about 20 pounds of hay a day. So that is pretty actually on par for your normal 1,000-pound horse. That's basically right in the middle of how much hay they are supposed to consume every single day to maintain a healthy weight. That's why the horses look so good at our stable. So that's kind of insane to think about it. So it puts it in perspective just how much hay we go through in a year if we're going through 533 pounds of hay a day. That equates to 194,545 pounds, AKA 97 tons of hay a year, which is about 300 round bales at around 650 pounds a bale. So that's right where we want to be with how much we're doing. Now, of course, if we, you know, lose some horses through the year or gain some horses through the year, or the weather gets worse or better, or the bales are more or less heavy, you know, all of those things change out. So these are all estimates and averages, but we did much better this year than last year. We were able to get a 3rd cutting this year, which is great. I'm excited to see just how much hay we go through. Based on our estimate here, we should have about 21 round bales left over from a yearly standpoint, looking through all of our hay. So if you include the hay that we have left over, which is 32, so we should be right around 50. Right around 50 round bales should be left over come next year, 3rd cutting. And if we're right there, then that means that we have officially gotten our numbers leveled off. We know how many round bales we need. Sounds like we're gonna be staying with the small square bales too. So that's great to see. That's a lot of numbers. Boy. On that math note, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. It was good to have you guys with us. I am so relieved to have hay done and in the rear view mirror for this season. Looking forward to next season, seeing how things will look, where we'll be at. I have a feeling next season's gonna be even crazier than this season. If you haven't, don't forget to hit that like button. Remember to subscribe to see more of Danny, more Gavin, more Poe. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.